Hello, hello, good evening.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
How are
Good
you today?
evening.
Good evening, Yvette. Good evening to everyone.
Good. Good. And you?
Doing very well.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. How is everybody doing today?
Here is raining a lot right now.
Oh, okay. Here it was raining just a few minutes ago. Right now it's a little bit calmed, but it has been raining all afternoon today.
Here it started to rain like 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't stop it.
Oh, we're going to give just a few more minutes before we get started. Have you had the chance to complete some exercises from the platform? Okay, Clarissa says yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, that's good. Remember that in the platform, uh, punctuation and spelling is important. So make sure that you spell the words correctly and that you don't forget the period at the end of the sentence or a question mark if it requires a question mark. And also be careful with the symbol of the accent, and also if it's an apostrophe, because in some cases it may give you it may take it as wrong if you use the wrong symbol. Okay, we'll give just a couple of more minutes before we get started. And also remember that it's very important that you complete the exercises and that you click on complete and submit. So that way it will be recorded on the platform that you have completed it. Today we're going to start unit number 4. Okay. For unit number 4, we're going to be working with the verb be in the past tense and also using the verb be in question form. That's what we're going to be doing in this units. And also remember that at the end of the unit, you will have the units 3 and 4 test, okay? And that you have to do outside of class, okay? You won't do it during, we won't do it during class. You will have to do it outside of class. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. As I said, we're going to be working with the verb be in the past tense. Let me know if you're able to see the presentation.
Yes.
Okay, great. If we have time for today's class, at the end of the class, I'm going to ask you about the speaking activities that we've been doing in class and how you feel about the speaking activities, okay? But that would be only if we have enough time. Okay, so to start, we're going to be looking into the verb be in the past tense, okay? The past tense. The verb be in the present tense, do you remember what it is? What is the verb be in the present tense?
Is are.
Is her.
That is correct. Am, is, and are. Okay. When do we use am?
With I.
I am. When do we use is?
He
He
is.
or she's.
He, she, and it. Don't forget. Okay, we use it for 3. He, she, and it. If we are referring to things or if you're referring to animals, okay. And when do we use are?
You, we, they.
Yes, that is correct. You, they, and we, okay. Very good. All right. So now, since in the present tense we have am, is, and are, in the past tense, we also have 2, okay? We have was and were, okay? Was and were. And as you can see here in the presentation that we have here, we have the verb be in the past tense, and we use it to give personal information and to describe people, things, or object. Okay. So remember, we use it to give personal information and to describe people, things, or object. Okay. How are we going to give personal information? Well, we give personal information when we talk about when the time when you were a child, for example, or the time when you were a teenager, or the time that you were or had a specific attitude or a specific adjective that described you, and today you're different. Okay, that would be an example of using it in the past tense. Here, there is a chart. Evelyn, you had a question.
Yes, can you repeat, please? I have problems with the connection.
Sure, no problem. What I said was that we use the verb be or the past simple of the verb be to give personal information. For example, when you give personal information is where were you born? When were you born? You can also talk about when you were a child. Uh, Perhaps you can describe what you were when you were a child. Maybe you were a shy boy or girl. Maybe you were a very talkative person when you were a child. And maybe today is different. Today, maybe you are not talkative, or maybe now you are not shy. When you were a child, you were a shy boy or girl, and today maybe you are not shy. You are very sociable. Okay, so that is describing, giving personal information. To describe people is, what they were. They were funny, they were interesting, they were boring people, they were amazing people. Okay. And then you can do that also to describe things or objects. Like, people say that in the past our country was better, or in the past our country was very rich in sources like coffee and other things, so that's when we use the verb be in the past tense to describe, give personal information, and to describe people, things, or objects. Any other question? No? Very well. And so we have a chart here that we can use, was and were. If it's affirmative, okay, we use a chart here that we have on the left. If it's a negative word, then in that case, we use the chart on the right. And then, of course, if we have questions, maybe you have a question like in this chart, and then we have the answers, the short answers, if it's a yes or if it's a no, okay? Let's take a look at the first chart here. It says, I was busy. So with I say was. With you, I say were. He was. She was. It was. We were. They were. Okay. So remember, if I say I, he, she, or it, was. You, we, they were. Okay. So that's what those are the two words we use. Was and were. Okay. Can I have a volunteer to read the first four examples here using I, you, he, and she? Okay, Mary.
I was busy. You were busy. He was busy. She was busy.
Thank you. Very well. Very well. And Clarissa, go ahead and help us with the other three.
Okay, I get a question.
Oh, okay.
When we refer to an animal, we will use was or where.
Yes, for animals is was. Like if you say, my cat was sleeping, my dog was outside, okay? My dog was very small, and now it's a very big dog. So for animals, you can use was. Now, if you see, maybe you see an animal and you don't know if it's a male or female, then in that case, you can say it. For example, if you see a bird, the bird, you don't really know if it's a male bird or a female bird. So you can say, it was outside my window. Okay. So if you say it, it's because you don't know if it's a female or a male animal. Also, in general, we can say the cat or the dog, okay? Or we can give the specific name of those animals. Maybe you have a dog and the dog's name is Firulais. So you say Firulais was outside. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
Yes, teacher. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay. So now, Clarissa, can you please help us read the next three? It,
Okay.
we, and they.
It was busy. We were busy. They were busy.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. These are positive or affirmative sentences. Now, if they were negative sentences, we can say was not, okay, was not, or the contracted form wasn't, okay, wasn't. Can you please repeat? Wasn't.
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 Mhm. Very good. Wasn't.
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 Mhm.
Wasn't.
Good, good. Okay, so if it's were not, then we say weren't.
Weren't.
Wa-
Weren't. Okay.
Weren't.
Now remember that the second E is silent. So we don't say weren't. Okay, we don't say weren't. We say weren't.
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 Yes, that's it. That is correct.
Weren't.
Weren't. Es una mezcla del sonido de la R, del sonido de la N y el sonido de la T. Pero allí no vamos a decir la E, como por ejemplo, weren't. No, no decimos weren't. Solo es el sonido de la R, de la N y de la T. Sonido. Weren't.
Weren't.
Ajá.
Weren't. Weren't.
Ajá, very good. Yes, weren't.
Weren't.
Ajá.
Weren't.
Pueden ir practicando haciendo los sonidos. Weren't. Weren't.
Weren't.
Ajá.
Weren't.
Para poder hacer ese tipo de sonidos, también tienen que utilizar esta parte de la boca, los labios, también dónde van a posicionar la lengua, porque eso también va a emitir el sonido. Entonces, por eso es bien importante que cuando hagan la pronunciación, también presten atención al sonido. ¿Cómo van a hacer el sonido de la N? ¿Cómo se hace el sonido de la T? Entonces, cuando ya lo ponen, ya lo unen, los sonidos, va a sonar como, como tiene que sonar. Weren't.
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 Ajá, ese sonido de la T al final es muy importante. Weren't.
Weren't. Weren't.
Ajá,
Weren't.
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 Weren't. You weren't.
You weren't.
Ajá, you weren't. We
You
weren't.
weren't. We weren't.
They weren't.
They weren't.
Ajá. Con práctica van a ver que lo van a poder hacer sin necesidad de utilizar esa N o de decir la N en esa palabra. Lo mismo pasa con si está en present tense, para decir aren't. Para decir aren't. No decimos aren't, porque esa E es muda. Esa E no la pronunciamos, solo pronunciamos el sonido de la N y de la T. Pero como les digo, eso es pura práctica, ¿sí? Tienen que irlo practicando para que les pueda salir el sonido. Si solamente lo hacen en esta clase, pues se va a hacer un poco lento el aprendizaje. Entonces tienen que practicarlo. Weren't, weren't, Weren't.
Weren't.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Now I need two volunteers. One to read the first three, and another volunteer to read the next four. Okay, Abby, read the first three.
Okay, I wasn't busy. You weren't busy. He wasn't busy. She wasn't busy.
Okay, very good. Yes, very good. Okay, and another volunteer to read the others. Any volunteer? Okay, Michelle.
It wasn't busy. We were busy. They weren't busy.
Ajá, ok. Recuerde, ese sonido de la T es bien importante. Si no, va a sonar como que lo está diciendo en forma afirmativa. Can you please repeat it, please?
It wasn't busy. We weren't busy. They weren't busy.
Yes, good, good. That's it.
Thank you.
That T at the end is very important. That sound of the T, weren't, weren't. Okay, so now when you have a question, what we do is we switch or we flip, okay, the subject and the verb. So now we, instead of saying I was, we say, was I? Was I busy? Yes, you were, or no, you weren't. Were you busy? Yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. Cuando la pregunta sea, was I, por lo general, si una persona está con otra en una conversación y uno dice, was I busy or was I doing something? La otra persona va a responder con yes, you were or no, you weren't. Pero si la pregunta es, were you busy? Entonces la respuesta va a ser yes, I was or no, I wasn't. Cuando son esas dos preguntas, son cuando se mezclan, se están mezclando ahí las respuestas. De ahí las demás pueden ser, was he busy? Yes, he was, or no, he wasn't. Were we busy? No, we weren't, or yes, we weren't. Okay. Questions? Okay, Clarissa.
I could be that we ask ourselves to then we could say yes, I was, for example.
For which question?
For was I busy?
Okay, it's possible, but if I am asking myself, if I'm asking myself and I'm trying to remember, was I busy? Ah, yes, I was busy yesterday. Or no, I wasn't busy. But that is if you're talking to yourself. Si se están hablando, si están como hablando con ustedes mismos, sí se puede hacer esa forma. Pero si están con otra persona y es una conversación, es mejor responder de esa forma. Si no, uno puede decir, estaba ocupado. No, no estaba ocupado. O sí estaba ocupado. Pero es una como reflexionando, ¿verdad? Entonces uno puede responder de esa forma si está hablando con uno mismo. Pero si es una conversación, por lo general no lo hacemos de esa forma, sino que es ya si digo was I, la otra persona me puede responder yes you were, no you weren't. Does that answer your question?
Yes, teacher, thank you.
Okay. Any other question? No? Okay. We will have more time tomorrow session to discuss the questions. Today, we're going to focus on sentences. Maybe there will be some questions, but we're going to focus on the sentences. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, let's practice. Here, we need to say either was, wasn't, were, or weren't. Okay, let's take a look at the first example there. It says, were you at home yesterday? And the answer is, yes, I was. Okay, now we're doing short answers. So you can say, yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. Okay, what about the second one? What do you think is the answer here? Abby?
They were really happy after they won the football game.
Correct, correct. They were, yes, they were. Okay, well, what about the next one? Clarissa?
My sister was a college student last year.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Just a reminder, if I say college, remember college is saying like university. College is usually 2 years, maybe 3 years, but it's similar to university. Yes, it's not the same as when we say colegio. Escuela, colegio, instituto. No, it's not the same. That would be school or high school, but college does not refer to el colegio. Yo estudié en un colegio. I studied in college. No, I studied at high school or in a high school. Okay. All right. Number 4. Yes, Sarah.
Thomas was on the train 3:30 yesterday afternoon.
That's right. Thomas was. Okay. Thomas was. What about number 5? Mary?
Was.
Okay, was Jennifer tired after she finished work? No, she wasn't.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Number 6. Yesenia.
My car broke down, so I was late for my appointment.
Very good. Yes. I was. Okay. I was. Okay. Number 7. Okay, Luis.
Number
Okay.
7, were Laura and Susan surprised? No, they weren't.
Okay. All right. Was that Michelle? Or who was that?
The cookies were delicious, so I ate 3 of them.
So I ate.
So I ate 3 of them.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Luis, go ahead and do number 9.
Number 9, were you at the library yesterday?
And the answer?
No, I was.
I was or wasn't?
I wasn't, sister.
That's correct. No, I wasn't. Okay. Luis, do number 10.
Okay, it should be many dinosaurs were really huge.
Yes, that's correct. Yes. Dinosaurs.
Oh, dinosaurs.
Uh-huh. Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Yes, good, good.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. And number 11. Okay, Evelyn.
I was born in 1996. When were you born?
Good, yes, that's good. Okay, Evelyn, when were you born?
I was born in 1985.
Okay, all right. Let's see. I'm going to be asking you. Luis, when were you born?
I was born in 1998.
Okay.
And you?
I'll be the last one. I'll be the last one.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Brandon Funes, when were you born? Aha, you're. I'm going to see who's ready and who isn't ready. Okay, I'll go back to Brandon. Yesenia, when were you born?
I was born in San Miguel.
No, when were you born? When?
Okay, sorry. I was born in 1992.
Okay, okay. Yvette, when were you born?
I was born in 1996.
Okay. Mary, when were you born?
I was born in 1998.
Okay. Let me see. Michelle, when were you born?
I was born 1995.
Okay. Brandon Marroquin, when were you born?
I was born 2001.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Clarissa, did you answer the question? No, yeah, no, right? Clarissa, when were you born?
I was born in 2000.
Okay, okay. Or you can say in the year 2000.
Okay.
Okay, Avi, when were you born?
I was born in 1924.
1924 or 1994?
1994.
Okay, yes, 1994, because if you were 1924, that means you are 98 years old. Okay, all right. Sarah, when were you born?
I was born in 1992.
Okay. Let me see. ¿Quién me hizo falta?
Me, teacher. I
Okay.
was born in 1988.
Okay, okay. And let's see, was that everybody? Except for Brandon Funes. I don't think Brandon said it.
You're also missing, teacher.
That's true. That's true. I was born in 1980.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Any questions? No questions? Okay. Let's move on to the next exercise. Here, we're going to change these sentences from the present to the past. The first one says, I am late. The past tense would be, I was late. And the same with the questions. Are they hungry? And we change it to, were they hungry? What about number 3? Thomas isn't at school. Okay, Sarah?
Thomas wasn't at school.
That is correct. Thomas wasn't at school. Okay. The next one, why is she late? Okay, Mary?
Why was she late?
Yes, that's correct. Then my brother is a doctor. What would be the past tense of this?
My brother was a doctor.
Yes. Okay. Okay. The next one says they aren't here. They aren't here. Okay, Yesenia?
They weren't here.
Yes, they weren't here. Okay, and the last one, Clarissa. Eva, it says there, Eva is a teacher.
Eva was a teacher.
Yes, that's correct. Eva was a teacher. Okay, as you can see, we went from isn't to wasn't, is to was, aren't to weren't. Okay, are to were. Okay, so these are just a few examples of how we can change from the present tense to the past tense. Let's do a couple of more exercises. What do you think is missing here? Is it was, wasn't, were, or weren't? Take a look at the first sentence. What do you think it's missing there?
Was.
Was. Okay, what's happened?
Okay. Okay. If you say was, continue reading the sentence to see if it makes sense.
Okay.
Then it says the food.
I wasn't.
Okay. Let's see if it says, okay, if it says I wasn't happy with that restaurant last night, the food
Was cold.
okay, the food was cold and the waiter
Wasn't very friendly.
wasn't very friendly. Good, good. Okay. Can you read the whole sentence, please?
Were you with Helen on Saturday?
Oh, okay. Wait, Clarissa. We're doing still number 1. Can you read the whole sentence? Read number 1.
Okay. I wasn't happy with that restaurant last night. The food was cool and the waiter wasn't very friendly.
Ajá. Ok. Si se fijan en esta oración, todo tiene sentido, ¿verdad? Porque la primera parte dice que no estoy muy contento con este nuevo restaurante o este restaurante de anoche. ¿Por qué? Porque la comida estaba helada y porque el mesero era muy gruñón o no
No era
era
amigable.
amigable, exacto. Ajá. Entonces, si ven, la oración tiene sentido con la segunda. Entonces, es bien importante de que se lea bien toda la oración para entender si es algo afirmativo o si es algo negativo. ¿Ok?
Okay.
Now, let's try the second one. What's missing here?
Where?
Were you with Helen?
Yes, were you with Helen on Saturday? The answer here says no, I.
Wasn't.
Were I
I
wasn't?
wasn't.
I
Okay,
wasn't.
I wasn't. Remember, I wasn't. Okay, what would be next?
Was.
He was
She
on
was on.
vacation.
Was, porque si dice, estuviste con Elena el sábado, no, ella estaba de vacaciones. Entonces tiene sentido toda la mini conversación, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Okay, let's try the third one.
Was.
Was,
It was an
What do you think here is missing?
Was.
Was. For example, yesterday was 4th of July in the United States, and that is a national holiday. So you can say it was a national holiday yesterday, so everything was closed. Which holidays do we celebrate here where this happens? Can you think of other holidays in our country where everything is closed because it's holiday?
We have a lot of holidays. One of them, we have a Mother's Day, Father's Day, in January 1st.
Can we also say in Holy Week?
Yes.
Thursday, Friday,
Saturday.
places are closed, right? Okay.
In
All right.
August?
In August also, yes, that's true. I think it's 5, 6, and 7. Or 4, 5, and 7. I'm not really sure which days are the official holidays.
Teacher, but just in that part of the country, because here in Santana, we have the celebration in July, in this month.
Yes, and you guys have a national, I'm sorry, you have a holiday there, but we don't here in San Salvador.
Yeah, in August, we just have one day.
Okay, just one day. Okay. What about number 4 here?
Wasn't. Oh.
Okay.
Weren't.
The movie wasn't or weren't? How many movies? How many movies?
Wasn't.
Just one.
Wasn't.
Just one.
Wasn't.
So
Yeah.
wasn't. The movie wasn't very good. It
Was really boring.
Yes. So if it's not good, it is boring. If it's good, we can say it was really exciting. It was amazing. It was really entertaining. Okay. All right. Now, what about number 5? It says these shoes
Weren't.
Was.
Weren't.
Weren't.
These shoes weren't expensive. They
Where?
were on offer.
Yes, that's correct. Yes. Okay, what about 6?
Was.
Was.
Okay. Was the package. Because it's only one package. One package. Okay. What about number 7?
Was.
Was. The music was too loud
at
at
the
the concert. And I have a headache today. Yes. What about number 8?
Was.
I wasn't here last week because I was ill.
I wasn't
I
here
wasn't.
because I was ill. Ill is when you feel sick. Okay, if you feel sick, you can say that you are ill. Okay, any questions?
What's loud? What is loud?
Loud. For example, if you go to a concert, is the volume high or is the volume low? Is the volume in the concert high or is the volume low?
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Okay, but no, I'm asking you, when you go to a concert, is the volume high or is the volume low? What is it?
It's all the way up.
It's very high. So if it's very high, it's loud. The opposite, when the music is not high and the music is low, we say that it's soft. Okay. Or we say not loud. Okay. So when you raise the volume, the volume goes up, it means that it's loud.
Okay.
And the opposite is when something is very, very soft.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Let's see. Let me ask you a question. When you play music in the house, do you play music very loud or not?
Very loud.
Okay, yes. When you have the favorite song, right?
Yes.
When you hear that favorite song, the volume is
The
up.
Disney songs.
Okay. Yes. In my case, when I hear the song from Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, I gotta turn it loud.
Oh. In my case, I like the Disney songs.
Okay.
And another, Rio Roma. And another of Adele.
Okay. That's very nice. That's very nice. When you hear your favorite song, you want to turn it loud. Okay. All right. Any other question? No? Okay. Okay, I'm going to start sharing this and we're going to look at another, we're going to look at to a web page where we have some more exercises. And let me know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. This website is called English Grammar Online. And it's got different grammar exercises And of course, you can look at this to help you with more grammar exercises, and it's online. That's what the name of it of the website is called, English Grammar Online. Okay, let's practice with was and were. Can we complete the sentences? Look at the first one here. It says, I was or
Teacher.
were happy.
Was.
Was.
Was?
Was.
Okay. What about the next one? You,
Where.
Were.
Were.
okay.
You were angry.
Was.
She was.
She was in London last week.
Okay. The next one?
She was.
He
was
on holiday.
Holiday.
Uh-huh.
It was.
It
It
was
was
cool.
Oh.
It
good.
was cold. Uh-huh.
Cold.
Cold.
We were
We
We
were
were
at
at
school.
school.
At school.
Okay.
You
were-
were
Were
You
at
at
the
the
were.
cinema.
cinema.
Okay, at the cinema.
Cinema.
Mm-hmm.
they
They
were
were
at
at
home.
home.
Okay.
The cat
Cat
was
was on the roof.
roof. The children
The
was
children was
in the garden.
Were.
Was
garden.
or
Were.
were?
Were.
The children was in the garden.
Okay. If it's one, we say child.
Child.
If it's two
Children.
or more, we say
Children.
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 So the children was or the children were?
The
Were.
children
The
were.
children were.
Was.
Were.
Okay.
Oh,
Were.
where?
All right. Now let's check the answers. And yes, they're all correct. Okay. You say we use was for he, she, or it, or a singular pronoun. Let's take a look at the children. It says here we use were for you, we, they, or a plural noun. And this, the children or children, is plural. Okay. Just like when we say people. If it's one, we say person. If it's two or more, we say people. It says here, Clarissa, can you send us the link? Of course. Would you like me to send it here in the chat or in on WhatsApp?
On WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay. So when we finish our class and I send the link to the video, I will send the link also to this website. Okay. And the page is very friendly. It's very useful. As you can see, you can practice different forms of the grammar, and then you can check the answer. Imagine that this what you chose was. It's marked in red, and it gives you a quick explanation why this was wrong. Okay, so this can help you also with further practice. Okay, now let's take a look at another, let me see. Whoops. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't let me. Okay, I'm gonna try another page to practice. We're going to take a look at another page, and we're going to check if it's right or wrong. Take a look at the first sentence. It says, you were the only person in the restaurant. Is this correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Look at the next one. I was very tired yesterday after the Spanish exam.
It's correct.
Yes, it's
Correct.
correct.
Okay. Jessica, your grandmother was be a famous artist many years ago. Is this correct? Correct or wrong?
Wrong.
Wrong.
Okay.
No, it's correct.
The price of milk is $3 today. Last week, was it only $2.70? Correct or wrong?
Wrong.
Wrong.
It's correct.
Okay, wrong. Were the 2 chairs broken last week?
That's correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Your brother wasn't tired last night. He was sick.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. Look at my jeans. They weren't dirty like that before.
That's correct.
Correct.
Okay. This town was very boring when I wasn't young.
That's wrong.
Okay.
That's wrong.
All right, let's check the answers. Ah, look. The question 1 is incorrect. Why is this incorrect?
Because it should be where before you.
Yes, this is a question. Look, it has a question mark. So it should be the other way around, right? Were you the only person in the restaurant? Do you see?
Mm,
You see, there's a question mark here. So this should be the other
Were you
one.
the only?
That is correct, yes. Okay, and then let's check. Oh, look, this was the only incorrect you had. Now, why is this wrong? ¿Por qué esa está mala? ¿Por qué esta frase está incorrecta?
Because
she-
was and be is the same.
Subject is you.
You cannot have was be. ¿Podemos decir así? I was be a famous person.
No.
No.
Oh.
No, o es was o es be, pero no podemos tener los dos. O es uno o el otro. Es como que uno diga was am, was is. No podemos decirlo así. O es uno o es el otro. Lo mismo pasó acá. Was it. Okay. Was it. The price of milk is $3 today. Last week, it was only. Ok, aquí tendría que ser al revés porque no es pregunta, es una frase. Entonces tiene que ir primero el subject y después was. En este caso no, porque como son dos verbos y los dos verbos no pueden ir así. Acá sí, porque uno es un subject y el otro es un verbo. Ok. Questions. ¿No? Okay. Let me see. Okay. We didn't have enough time to check the other 2 slides in the presentation. Maybe we can check that tomorrow. But I'm going to share the presentation with you as well. Okay. Ok, casi no se nos está acabando el tiempo. Solamente quisiera tomar este espacio para ver si alguien nos puede comentar cómo se sintieron en estos últimos speaking activities, algo así brief, rapidito, solo como para compartir, si les ha parecido, si sienten que les está ayudando, si sienten que sí están mejorando. Ustedes notaron el primer speaking con el último speaking de ayer. Alguien, rapidito.
Es una muy buena idea, mister, porque realmente creo que a todos nos unimos como grupo prácticamente y eso pues al tener quizás como una confianza de otra persona que está aprendiendo como nosotros, pues nos hace que nos autorretemos al ver el progreso de otra persona y pues también de poder notar nuestro propio progreso.
Ujú.
Yo estoy muy de acuerdo que se siga manteniendo esa actividad, esa dinámica.
Ok, ok. Y supongo que ha notado también su improvement, ¿verdad? Desde el primer speaking activity que tuvimos y el último que fue el día de ayer. ¿Usted ha
Sí,
notado esa diferencia?
sí.
Ok, ok. Bien, entonces, si alguien más desea opinar, entonces podemos tomar un espacio también mañana, ya que se nos ha acabado el tiempo para esta clase. Eh, y como les comentaba, les voy a pasar el link del video, el link también de la página que les comentaba de Grammar para que ustedes puedan ir practicando también. Y no se les olvide de seguir también completando los ejercicios en la plataforma, que es muy importante. Recuerden que tienen que irlos completando, si no, pues los están revisando y pues acuérdense que hay que llegar a un porcentaje cada semana para la plataforma. Entonces, si ya cumplieron con el 50%, entonces vamos bien. Si no, sigan ahí metiendo, ¿ok? And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See
Thank you,
you
teacher. See you
tomorrow.
See you
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Teacher,
Good
good
night.
night.
Bye bye. Good night.
Tomorrow. Good evening.